Okay, so in this example, we're going to look at a problem where we need the law of cosines. Okay, so here we have side angle side. So we're given two sides and the angle that's between the two sides. And so this forces us to use the law of cosines. So what we do first, we're going to start with finding side C. And for side C, the formula is going to be C equals, we'll say C squared, equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times the cosine of angle C. Alright. And so you see here, we're given A and B, and this allows us, and we're given angle C, so this allows us to find side C. Okay, so let's substitute everything in. And so we have here 10 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times the product of those numbers times the cosine of the angle. And C is the square root of all of that. Okay, and then we have to run that into our calculator. And when we run into the calculator, 11.1. So it's approximately 11.1 centimeters. Okay, so now what we have to do is we need to find angle A and angle B. All right. So what I like to do is I like to find the angle that corresponds to the smaller side, and I'll explain why I'll do that, why I'm doing that in a second. Okay. So let's do it first. Let's find A. All right, and so we know that the sine of A, and we're going to use a lot of sines here, so the sine of A over A equals the sine of C over little c. Right? And so we know that the sine of A then is equal to side A, which was 10, times the sine of angle C, which was 60, all over side C, which was, we found to be 11.1. Now A is going to be equal to the sine inverse of 10 times the sine of 60 all over 11.1. Okay, now so if we run this number into our calculator, we get that A is approximately to one place 51.2 degrees. Okay. Now, here we have to be a little careful. Now, the reason why I chose to find the smallest angle, or at least the smallest side, is because I know that if A is the smallest side, then angle A is going to be the smallest angle, right? So it would be impossible. Okay, so this is the reasoning behind this. Now, let me backtrack a little bit. If I come back up to this line here, sine A equal 10 times the sine of 60 over 11.1, this right-hand side of this equation is a positive number. So the sine of an angle is positive, right? Well, I know that sine is positive in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. So anytime I use a sine inverse to calculate an angle, which I did in the next line, it's possible that the angle that I take the sine of is in quadrant 1 or 2, because sine is positive. Oops, sine is positive in both of those quadrants. Okay, so technically A on this next line, A equals sine inverse, that's like the reference angle. Anyway, long story short, the angle that's in quadrant, this A prime here, so this A prime, which if we calculate that, so A prime is going to be 180 minus 51.2. And then let's just do that really. So 180 minus 51.2, we get 128. So this is approximately 128.2 51.8 degrees. The problem with this answer is that a triangle can have at most one obtuse angle. Okay, but if any angle is going to be obtuse, it's going to correspond to the largest side, right? So it would be impossible for A to be obtuse because it's not the largest side. So if any angle is going to be obtuse, it's going to be the side, the angle B, because B is the largest side. So this A prime, I can actually throw this one away because there's no way that A can be obtuse. So that's how we can get our single answer that we expect. So the law of cosines always produces only one answer. So this is how we get the one answer that we expect. Okay, now I can find angle B. And so angle B is going to be approximately, we take 180 minus, let me get this stuff out of here. Well, no, it's 180 minus, and then we have the sum of the first two angles here, which was 60, and A, and that is going to give us, we add those up, and we get 68.8 degrees. Okay, and that's it. So we have angle, so now we finish this off here, so let's complete the picture up here. So we said that angle B is 68.8 degrees, and we said that angle A was 51.2 degrees, and everything checks out, right? So the largest side, which is 12, corresponds to the largest angle. The smallest angle, 51.2, corresponds to the smallest side, and the in-between middle angle corresponds to the middle side.